While I understand the concept posted here by Samsung Mobile, I truly do not believe we will ever get to a point where this becomes a reality. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So they're talking about how in 2023 could be the last time we see a Galaxy S series phone. So what this idea is that Samsung is going to go full on foldable phones, flippable phones across the market. They're going to get rid of their Galaxy S series, all their phones, and just push out foldable phones. Now, the reason why they're saying this is because they already did this with the Galaxy Note series. If you guys remember, my favorite phone of all time, my number one phone I've ever used, had to have been the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now, of course, that was canceled out. They canceled out the whole entire series so that they could bring the Fold series and make that the Note series. So they took out a whole entire lineup of phones and said, no more. We're now going to make the Z Fold 3, the Z Fold 4, and eventually the Z Fold 5. And obviously by 2023, we're going to see the Z Fold 5 become, the phone to have, right? That's going to be the next big phone up. Now, Samsung has already made rumors that they're going to sell, I think, 10 million units this year of the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip 4. They have said by 2025, foldable phones will become the new norm. You won't see people with candy bar cell phones anymore. Everyone will have a flippable, foldable cell phone, period. Now, while I do like to agree with that to a certain extent, I do believe that there will be a lot more people with foldable phones and flippable phones, but I do not believe it will be to a point that we don't see any phones but those phones. I still am lackluster to 100% get behind that point. But with that being said, it's still one of those things where, yes, Samsung could go full in next year and say, listen, we're done with these candy bar cell phones. But the price tag, reliability, and market influence, I just don't think they're going to be there yet. And I don't think Samsung's going to go fully all in just yet. They might go all in by 2025. They might go all in by 2026. But to say right now, by the end of next year, they're going to go all in, I just don't think that they're going to be there yet. We would have to see a Surface Duo 3 really become successful. We'd have to see Apple jump into the game and give their, input on foldable phones. We would have to also see one of these other companies outside of Samsung, because yes, Samsung owns like 90% of the market right now. We'd have to see one of those phones come out of nowhere. These phone companies, Honor, what's called Vivo, Oppo, any of them, Huawei, to come out and become a very successful company to see for Samsung to make the 100% okay, we're going all out scenario. Because you got to keep in mind, Samsung, when they released the S series, yes, there are people who love the S22 Ultra. I love the S22 Ultra, but I also loved the S22 Plus, or I think it's the S Plus. That phone was absolutely amazing. That phone was $600. That's the thing, is the S series always gives you three different versions of the phone. Usually you have the base model, the plus model, and you have the ultra model. Now, for the average consumer, those first two models are really the affordable options. Yes, you could go with the ultra model, and obviously, yes, an ultra model at $1,200 is not really suitable for the average consumer to pay. Rather than you say, hey, listen, the original model you can get for $600, or the plus you can get for $800, that's more in their ballpark range of an average consumer. So to say they were going to get rid of all those phones and go strictly in affordable phones, they also have to do something else. And that is, of course, what we've talked about many times on this channel, is that there is rumors right now that they're going to release another foldable phone and have another foldable phone series go starting March of next year. Now, this foldable phone, based on rumors, based on patents we have seen, is very much like a Surface Duo. And they're going to create pretty much the idea of the Surface Duo. Now, if you guys have seen the Google Pixel Fold, that looks a lot like the Surface Duo too. So maybe Samsung just going to copy Google. Well, not copy them, but they're going to invent the same exact cell phone, pretty much look-wise, as Google, and run that alongside the Z Fold series. It's possible, right? And now if they did do that, would they get rid of the S series? Again, like I said, the biggest problem I have with all this is that, let's say Samsung does do that, right? They get rid of a $600 option, an $800 option, and a $1,200 option for regular candy bar cell phones, and they go all into these Fold series phones. These Fold series phones are expensive. They're very, very expensive, okay? Even if they were to come out with a Surface Duo lookalike, Google Pixel Fold lookalike cell phone, it would still be in the $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 range. For the average consumer, that's just not going to fit them really well. And I feel like Samsung would lose a lot of like loyal supporters because of that. They would lose a lot. So I couldn't see them going in that route. Now, could they come out with a new line of flippable cell phones as a way to kind of, counter that instead of it being the S series? Now it's the flip cell phone for $600, $800, $1,200. It's possible, like I said before. As software is getting better and better throughout the days, with Android 12L, Android 13, 14, 15, whatever the case, yes, we are progressing farther and farther to really have optimized cell phones that could be foldable, flippable, and work perfectly fine. A couple years ago, you say this whole entire thing, and it's almost laughable. Like, oh yeah, there's no way in heck we're going to get a flippable cell phone, and they're going to get rid of a whole entire series of phones because of it. And the Note series went away because of folds. It's possible Samsung does do this, but I think it would have to be another couple years. I don't think they would do it right away. I think they would have to really see a lot more success in this industry, in this market. And then, again, like I said before, say the Surface Duo 3 is an absolute success. The Surface Duo 3 they hit it out of the park. Every problem Microsoft has ever had with the Surface Duo lineup, they got rid of all those problems with Surface Duo 3, and it's just an absolute masterpiece. You could then make the argument. That, okay, now that we know the Surface Duo 3 is amazing, possibly speaking wise, maybe Samsung goes, we're going to go all in. We're done with candy bar cell phones, because then you have a lot of people buying the Duo 3, then they possibly could go over to Samsung with another line of cell phones. Again, like I said, at the end of the day, this is all speculation. We don't know what Samsung's going to do, if they're going to go all in and do this, or if they're just going to sit back and wait. Guys, the sponsor of this video is Manscaped. It's a holiday season, right? Christmas around the corner. I know a lot of you guys watch my content. You're into grooming. You're making sure you feel good, look good, smell good, right? For your family, friends, significant other, whoever, right? Manscaped has you covered on that. They have the Weed Whacker for your nose hair and your ear hair, which I'm going to tell you right now, your nose hair, you might want to make sure that it's trimmed because it can get a little wild. Especially when the cold comes in, it gets a little wild, guys, all right? We got the Lawn Mower for your facial hair and your downstairs. LED light and waterproof. You can take it in the shower. Perfectly fine. Lawn Mower 4.0. They have the Crop Preserver and Reviver for your downstairs jewels. And finally, they sell body wash and deodorant. Now, you can use code GAMERS, GAMERS, at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Again, guys, you can use code GAMERS, that's GAMERS, at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.